We've had a long-standing relationship with the American Rancher and Superior Livestock. For 7 years now, we have done our show. It's taken us across the country. We go right into our customers' living room. Our customers can sit and look at videos of our bulls. They can bid from home. Some of them come here. Sometimes they come to the sale. Sometimes we have relationships just through social media or on the phone, and sometimes they make us a stop on their summer vacation. But hand in hand with Superior Livestock and the American Rancher, it has improved our business in so many ways I can't even begin to tell you. Our marketing has exploded. We have customers all over the country now. We've gotten to know those customers. We talk to them on the phone, through social media, and they come visit. So it's really improved and expanded Felton Angus Ranch here in Montana.
Hi, I'm Jim Felton, my wife Susan, our daughter Sydney, our other daughter Quincy, and my dad Richard. Welcome to Felton Angus Ranch.
At Felton Angus Ranch, it's a family operation. Jim and I live here in Springdale, Montana with our two girls, Sydney and Quincy. And we all take part on everything that goes on at the ranch. We feed cattle, we weather the storms, we get ready for the sale. The girls are involved, sometimes on their pony and sometimes just in the tractor with Dad.
Yeah, here at Felton Angus Ranch, my dad is still involved in the operation, Richard. You know, this will be our 44th bull sale, and it's just been kind of a tradition around here. You know, we just raise a stout, gritty, functional bull that gets out and goes to work, and I think that's what we're known for. You know, you kind of talk about who raises the toughest bulls in the country, and Felton's usually come to the top of the list.
Hello and welcome to today's show. We're heading north to Felton Angus Ranch at Springdale, Montana, where we'll visit again with the Felton family and see their working class seed stock operation. Year after year, Felton Angus Ranch continues to breed and send forth very reliable, growthy Angus cattle to ranching operations all across the nation. We'll see some good cattle on the show today and talk with stockmen that know these genetics from years of use. The Springdale, Montana area is a remote and remarkably scenic part of our nation that's situated among the mountains that lead into the northern end of Yellowstone Park, and we'll see some of that today as well. It's hardy Angus livestock and gorgeous big sky country on this episode of The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. We're glad you joined us. Stay tuned.
You know, these, they don't get a lick of grain. They're strictly grown out with forage. And what little corn, they get a little bit of corn silage. But as far as adding grain or anything of that nature, it doesn't happen. So this gives our cattle get a chance to grow out instead of just turning into feeder cattle. I think it makes them, you know, they produce that muscle and the athleticness to just be that way during breeding. Was it 2 and 3 or?
Welcome back to The American Rancher. Felton Angus Ranch steadily maintains an independent approach to raising cattle. The family began raising notable beef cattle in the early 1950s and has become established as an outcross bloodline program within Angus circles. Richard and Jim Felton keep working their plan that is working for many commercial cattlemen.
been in the Angus business since 1950, and we've basically raised all the offspring to what our herd is today. Once in a while we buy a heifer, but basically it's all home-raised stuff. And now I'm the second generation, Jim's the third generation, and he's got some kids, and my two daughters have some kids that like the cattle operation, and so we're heading into the fourth generation of Felton family. This ranch here we purchased in 1971, and it's basically the bull operation. Then in 1996 we purchased the Tongue River Ranch, is where I live, and we have most of the cows and the females down there, the herd bulls. We have about 500 acres of irrigated land, and the rest is dry land range. And so, but we run the cattle just like the commercial man does in the hills. That's the way they got to make a living. They're strictly grass cattle.
You know, I think the characteristics of a Felton bull is a bull that is fit. You know, we run them in big pens, rocky pens, so the feet stay hard. You know, they're not a lot of fat on them. I mean, they're not real green, but they're not, you know, some of these bulls look like you could put them on the hook at Tyson, and we don't believe in that, because that's all just going to melt off. And then a lot of times that bull, after he's melted away in the summer heat, you kind of question whether did I even buy that bull, because he looks totally different. So hardy, ready to go to work bulls. And a lot of people will tell us, you know, when we gather our bulls in the fall, they look just like it when we turn them out. You know, at Felton Angus Ranch, we don't pamper our cow herd. We run them out here in the, you know, the big country, just like the commercial guy. And, you know, if it's cold or hot or wet or dry, and, you know, I mean, they gotta make it work. And we're not gonna go out there and supplement feed, you know, or if, you know, our cattle have to do good on their environment, and they got to perform, and we feel that our cow herd has done that. You know, on the rocks, the sagebrush, the pine trees, up and down, you know, the ways to water, they seem to find a way to get it done and wean off really big calves, and so I think our cow herd is as good as they get. We cover a lot of country to find bulls that will fit our breeding program. So we've been able to bring a few in that have turned out very well for us, and you know, like this year we got a bunch of big old thick buggers out of that wide track, Apex wide track 4401 bull. We've touted him for a lot of years. You won't find a bull that throws that kind of power and red meat in cattle anymore. I mean, he's just big across the hip, you know, and just a lot of bone, and there's a bunch of them 4401 bulls that look real good this year.
Well, in the wintertime, it's a busy time here with the sale and all. So, you know, up until about November when we pen the bulls, we make sure the fences are upkept. And once the bulls are in their pens, it's a daily feeding. I mean, they get fed twice a day, every day. Rain, snow, sleet, or shine, doesn't matter if it's a holiday or not. I mean, bulls need fed. So between that and the just general upkeep of the ranch, I mean, bulls are bulls. They break stuff. It's a constant battle of fixing what needs fixed, and between that and the equipment we have, it's always a constant battle of keeping things running and keeping things operating smoothly.
We didn't pen these bulls until the 1st of November. They were running out in the hills till then. You know, they got good bone structure. You know, they're not going to be overly fed. At Felton Angus Ranch, we feed a very high roughage diet. You know, forages, ground hay, some alfalfa silage, a little corn silage, and a little cracked corn. You know, we try to keep these 2-year-olds, well, all our bulls, we try to keep them out of the feedlot as long as we can. That's why we don't pen them till November 1st. and then seems to work well, keeping them sound, and they stay sound for years because of that. We've got reports of a lot of bulls that are 6-8 years old that are still breeding cattle. When you buy a bull, it should last you more than 2 years, you know, barring an occasional accident or whatever, but you know, that's our goal, you know. You know, I think the Felton Angus or Felton name means a lot to our customers. We've gotten customers that have, you know, been buying bulls here for 30 years, 40 years. And I think they've come to expect a rugged, high-performing bull. They get great customer service and backup. If they have a problem, we stand behind them 100%. And, you know, some of these guys that have been, I mean, they've turned into family friends, you know. So I think that's why they keep coming back. They get a great bull and they get, you know, great customer service.
Felton Angus has always strived for their operation to be a source of genetics that ranchers can depend upon. They really aren't concerned with taking the headlines in the latest breeder circle journals, and those of you that have met them know what I mean. The focus is set on the commercial cowman and keeping him in business. And joining me now is Kirby Schnorr, host of Superior Sunrise. Thanks for joining us. You know the Feltons well.
I do, and thanks for having me, Pam. Jim and Susan are great, down-to-earth folks, and having a strong presence on social media is very important to them. I'd like to say hello to them and all their customers from the Carolinas to Montana to California. You can always follow along their ranching journey when it's a beautiful sunny morning or they're out feeding in the negative temperatures. From Facebook to Instagram, they keep you up with ranch life and what it's like in their part of the world.
That's for sure. Thanks, Kirby. When we come back, we'll talk more with the Feltons and their customers. You're watching The American Rancher. Stay with us. Welcome back to The American Rancher. Many Felton Angus customers are long-standing repeat buyers. The reason is simple. They get results. Felton Angus are cattle that are bred to sire calves that will put pounds on the ground. Here's more on our story.
Feltons are real good to work with. You know, I've always had my bulls delivered to me, and they've kept them and wintered them at times for me too, and they come ready to work. I would recommend Felton's bull to the other ranchers, and you know, it's one of the good Montana cattle families, or Black Angus, just excellent cattle.
Well, this is my second year. I was here 2 years ago and bought some bulls and had good luck with them, and thought I'd come back, talk to Jim on the phone a little bit, and he encouraged me to come back, and I'm glad I did. Well, I guess their ruggedness, we run in some kind of rough country out there in western North Dakota, and the bulls seem to stand up very well, and the weaning weights have been good, so.
Yeah, we have a cattle ranch just 15-20 miles south of Felton's in eastern Montana, down in Otter Creek country. And we approached Felton's and thought it would be a good idea to sell some ranch horses with their bull sale, and it's been a very, very good deal that it's gone together for the last 10 years.
I've been working Feltons for quite a while. I represent the JBRF Ranch Company out of Fromberg, Morris Bowens, and he's been coming for years, and they can't show up anymore due to their age, so I come to represent them, to buy bulls for them. I'm their son. Felton bulls are just an awesome breed of animals. They're gentle, they're structurally sound, lengthy. They're just a good set of bulls. And the Feltons are just fantastic to work with. Fantastic people. I mean, it's just a great bunch of people to work with. Each year it just gets better and better each year. I mean, they've done a lot of work over the years. And as far as the ranching industry goes, we appreciate their efforts. So.
The Feltons continue to enjoy a growing number of friends on their Facebook page. It's a great way of relating to friends, family, and customers. Jim and Susan continue to post photos and keep folks updated from the beautiful country where they ranch and make their home.
So social media for Felton Angus Ranch has become a full-time job, keeping up with technology, learning all the tricks of the trade. Who knew that we were doing so many things wrong? It took a lot of time, a lot of investment, a lot of ingenuity to get up with the times. We completely overhauled how we are interacting with our customers. We have a new website. Well, who knew that a 7-year-old website was pretty much a dinosaur? So we started the process redoing our website. It's all video based now. So everything hinges around video. The intro's in video. We have Felton Angus Ranch TV on YouTube. We highlight the American Rancher, and we show what we do on the ranch now through video. You can see the bulls we're raising, you can see how we feed, you can see how we interact, you can see us out doing the work. We aren't absentee owners, we are out there doing the work on a day-to-day basis. We try to take a little bit of a video with that every time we go, and we share that through social media. From our Felton Angus Ranch websites and social media, we branched out to Mrs. Montana Rancher, which is more of what I want to talk about. So we do more recipes, we talk about grilling, we talk about building things out in the shop. I am married to a rancher, we get lots of new barns, we work on the ranch but not new furniture. So if I wanted it, I had to build it myself. The Felton Angus Ranch sale this year is on February 13th. It's always the second Monday in February. And we do everything promotion-wise leading up to that. We have been shooting video. Jim and I have been shooting video on our own. And I'm actually editing it in iMovie, and we'll be using that for our upcoming Facebook and Instagram ads to promote not just what's going on here and why we would like to have you as a customer at Felton Angus Ranch, but to give a little bit back and to share what we know and how we can help you as a consumer improve your bottom line through bull purchases, whether you buy from us or not. So we're playing with that, and we have that getting ready to run on Facebook as our ad campaign, our first ad campaign for the year. You'll also be able to see videos of the bulls. You'll be able to see the pedigrees, ask questions in real time. As we get on Mrs. Montana Rancher, we're gonna talk about food. We're gonna talk about food. So, and we're known for our bull sale lunch, and so we focused on that more over on Mrs. Montana Rancher. And then Jim will talk more about feed efficiency and pedigrees and how to get an easy calver bull but still have a high weaning weight.
You can follow Felton Angus Ranch on Facebook and Instagram, or you can also check us out at feltonangus.com.
The Felton program on the whole is an outcross program that contains some mainstream genetics. The program has been built by selecting and breeding bulls that are long and carry plenty of rib, have a big scrotal area, and are clean made and travel well. They respect EPD numbers while showing equal regard for phenotype. They say the thickness of their bulls is bred on, not fed on.
Here at Felton Angus Ranch, we sell strictly older aged bulls. We sell coming 2-year-old bulls. We sell 16-month-old bulls, and then we also sell bred heifers. So this year at the sale, we'll be selling 130 coming 2-year-old bulls, roughly 100 16-month-old bulls and 40 bred heifers, as well as a dozen broke ranch geldings.
Okay, here we go. Lot number one, let's get the auctions underway. Cowboy lot number one, who be 10,000. Hot tatered in, 10 on, moving to 10. Add tatered in, 10 on.
Make plans for the Felton's 44th annual production sale that comes your way Monday, February 13th. The auction is brought to you by Superior Productions. The Feltons are great folks, and they invite you to take a look into these Angus genetics. They continue to be the working class producer for the working class rancher. We'd like to thank Felton Angus Ranch for a great show and the visit to their beautiful Montana operation. Jim and Susan invite you to friend them on Facebook. You can reach them by email, jim@feltonangus.com, or call them at 406-932-6726. For more information about us, check out our website, theamericanrancher.com, or find us on Facebook. I'm Pam Minnick. For the entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.